What's up, pretty people? Yeah, I think I might be kind of shifting my direction with these posts. It is fun to argue. Uh, it's fun to go back and forth. It's helped me connect dots and realize and further a lot of points in my head. And I can go forever. Like, if anybody wants to go back and forth and argue, I have a lot to say. And I think I'm a gatekeep most of that because, I can see it. It's like it's shifting things. And I don't want that power to come into the wrong hands, right? So I'm going to really put my focus towards one aspect, and that's cultivating what we want. Because if we're going to change the world here, we have to see it first. And that's exactly what they took from us first is our imagination, right? We really got to stop and say to ourselves every time that we notice something and we see something, it's like, is this part of my skill of seeing or is this part of obedience, right? I don't know about y'all, if you guys went to school that, made you stand up and put your hand on your heart and say the Pledge of Allegiance and then have a moment of silence right after, and that's when you're supposed to pray and stuff, and this is how you fucking start your day. It's like we're already militarized so much that we can't fathom a better world, and so we just subjugate ourselves in a sense, right? And so I really need support here because I really want to hear what you would like to see in your community, in your neighborhood. I don't care about science and, well, this plant can only grow here because of this ecology and these plants grow together. I want you to envision and tell me certain plants, certain animals that you would like to see in your neighborhood and how that would affect everybody's mood and how that what might lighten up the world here. And that's what we need to do, right? So instead of like picking holes and theories and talking about invasions and native and all this stuff, I'm not too preoccupied with that anymore. I want to really put boots on the ground and hands on cultivating what we need to dream up this new scenario of Mother Earth and how we're going to connect with her, right? Because I'm really coming to realize there's really nothing wrong with us. You know, we see everything as wrong and therefore it is wrong, right? If we just laid that down, right, and refuse these gifts that they keep giving us that aren't really worthwhile, and we're not focused on doing the right thing, because the worst people of history have done the worst things for the right reasons in their head, right? So I just want us to use like our discernment, and we have to know the difference here. Like, there's a difference between punishment and accountability, right? People today are so focused on trying to not do the wrong things that they take themselves out of the game, you know? That's what I'm saying, bro. We are limited. We limit our energies, our capacities. Mother Nature is limitless potential. And the more that we see her as that, the more it's just going to unveil. And we'll see routes just open up in front of us that might not even have been possible before. See what I'm saying? Like, we can't see all these energies as invaders and against the cause, when they are the cause. They quite literally are the roots. Doesn't matter where they're from, they have that potential. And all we have to do is see it, utilize it, and then everything else will just flourish around it, right? Like, we're really not going to change the world by going out and picking and planting certain things, honestly. We have to grow the soil first. We have to get rid of the trash in our neighborhood. If we all just focus on our little pockets, each individual pockets, that the shit would just snowball into a better world. You know, like the fight isn't really what it looks like on paper. The battlefield is different when you walk up on it, right? And so what we're gonna have to do, like I said, is just dream up a scenario that can't fail. Because if we all come from the right intentions, the pure intentions, Mother Nature reacts to that, coddles us, and reacts to that. You know, all we have to do is believe, bro. Like I say it over and over and over. You know, the more that you see everything as a fucking war zone, that's all it's gonna uh, reveal itself to be. You know, like indigenous peoples did not cultivate this land by walking through and being like, oh, that's ugly, that's ugly, that's ugly, and just focusing on the negatives. You know, all you have to do is think of the potential in these things, and those things, those ceilings disappear, right? So literally walk through your neighborhood and be like, oh, that would be cool here. This tree would be cool here. That plant would be cool here. Maybe if this animal was introduced in this valley, whatever, man. Like literally walk through your neighborhood and see it happening. And I guarantee you, you'll be surprised at what happens, bro. I don't know how many times I'll be like, oh man, I'm craving beans right now. And then I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go for a walk, and then walk across a fucking field of beans, bro. It's like amazing what happens when you're tapped into this shit. You know, it's almost like when I go looking for feathers, I quit looking for feathers. It's crazy, right? It sounds nuts, but your eyes can play tricks on you, and you think this is that, and then you walk over 10 feathers because you found that one little feather. So I have to train my mind to not look for them. I'm just enjoying the hunt. And then it seems as if the feathers just grow out of the ground right in my path when I quit trying so hard, when I quit thinking it's a fight, when I start enjoying my time with nature and just enjoy and like I said, vibing, bro. Like it sounds fucking stupid, and I love that about it, you know. But this is what we have to do, bro. We have to become our little kid selves again and fucking start drawing what we need on a fucking piece of paper. And that's how we see the world, and that's how it's going to be. We only got so dim and dull when that shit was drilled into our head over and over and over. You know, you don't come into this world having a hateful heart. That doesn't happen. You know, it's that nature versus nurture stuff. We really have to get back to nature, and we'll be nurtured by her.